Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Carly, it looks like a pretty talented bunch of players there representing Lloydminster, and hopefully they do well.
Yeah, that Western Canadian title, it's theirs to defend, and it's going to be an interesting road for the team.
Awesome. And Shauna, it was another nice day out there today. Hey, I was out there for a bit, and man, it was hot.
Yes, it was nice, and we have more of that on the way. But let's take a look at what's happening across the region right now. As we take a look, oh, here we go. Currently, we're sitting at 25 degrees here in Lloydminster and across the Midwest region with lots of sun. The same sort of situation for the Lakeland and in the Battlefords, lots of sun there in 24. So I said lots of sunshine and more to come. How much more? I'll have more details coming up later on.
A 25-year-old man who suffered a severe head injury after falling off the back of a truck has passed away. The accident happened in the early morning hours of August 7th, and he was sitting on a tailgate of a truck that was driving home from a wedding reception in St. Walburg when the driver turned a corner and the man lost his balance and fell off. He suffered a severe head injury from the fall and was transported to the Lloydminster Hospital, then later airlifted to Saskatoon. The family has requested the St. Walburg man's name not be released, and police say that they're still investigating the matter and have yet to determine if charges will be laid. And RCMP are searching for a man wanted on an outstanding warrant who has been missing for several months. Edward Keith Geddes is wanted for theft over $5,000 from an offense in April in the community of Neilburg. He disappeared shortly after the incident and hasn't been seen from friends or family since. Geddes has traveled to Manitoba and British Columbia in the past and worked in the auto repair industry. If you have any information about the whereabouts of Geddes, please contact the Cut Knife RCMP or Crime Stoppers. The Saskatchewan government is gathering in Wasascu this week. It's an annual summer meeting to discuss the big picture issues in the province. MLAs get the chance to be back in their own constituents over the summer and bring forth ideas at the meeting for this new year.
The initiative is only MLAs are able to be back in their constituencies through the summer and bring issues from each constituency and have a good conversation about where the province is going and where we think that the government should be involved.
With the American economy collapsing again, the government wants to ensure they have a good hold on the current Saskatchewan economy.
Ensuring that Saskatchewan continues to be on a strong footing, even though we trade with the Americans a great deal. I think that our future looks fairly bright, but we don't want to take anything for granted.
Some issues McMillan will bring up are the oil and gas sector, labor shortage, healthcare, and new housing strategy. Summer means a chance to relax and enjoy the warm weather, but it also means the opportunity to travel, and that's exactly what some Japanese high school students have done. As Clayton Brown explains, these young teens are wrapping up their stay in St. Paul.
It's been a lot of fun and games the past 3 weeks, both for 28 Japanese exchange students and some local St. Paul families. The students have been billeted to different families in St. Paul, giving them more insight on our Canadian way of life.
They take English as a second language for 3 hours every morning. We have 3 wonderful teachers who are teaching them. And then in the afternoons, as I said, we've been going around the community.
It's an opportunity the students say they couldn't pass up, and they've thoroughly enjoyed every second of the trip.
I want to learn English and we want to meet the foreign people, so I decided to come.
The exchange hasn't been just an opportunity for the 28 Japanese students to learn about Canada and our way of life, but it's also given members of the community and surrounding area of St. Paul a little more insight on the Japanese culture.
Well, you learn a lot about their culture and stuff and how it's different from ours a little bit and what they're used to, and it's really neat.
The Japanese students come here with their teachers and they learn about our culture, our food, our way of life, the way we live, our experiences, but we are learning so much from our Japanese friends.
It's an experience that will leave a lasting impression with everyone involved.
One of the girls is billeted with my mother, and she is her Japanese daughter for sure.
The students head home on Thursday. In St. Paul, Clayton Brown, Newcap News.
Prairie North Health Region has made accessing different community services more convenient for local families. From public health nursing to autism services, these programs and more are now located in the downtown Co-op Plaza. As Kathy Lee explains, the realignment not only has made life easier for parents, but for health providers too.
As with many parents, Darren Brown can relate to how busy life can be when taking his children in for health checkup.
It's a full-time job, right, for my wife, and then if you have to go across town and say he's got an appointment and the other one has an appointment.
To help alleviate the stress for many families like the Browns, Prairie North Health Region has moved many local community services into the Co-op Plaza.
If everyone is here, so now you got your kids and now you've got the dermatologist, you've got everyone else, the child care. It's like you say, you're just stopping in and you're not driving across town to do all your business. You can actually set up your appointments.
Glennis Uzelman says moving to a bigger building was also needed to accommodate the growing city.
The need for extra space, more space, the need for having some flexibility for ongoing program expansions.
The services are mainly focused towards children and families and range from public health nursing to pediatric physiotherapy. An open office concept was also adopted to allow nurses with different practices to be able to communicate with each other easier.
It's helped me to get to know who's who. It's hard when you're in a different building altogether to even know who's offering what services, but having us all in one location, I've gotten to know some of the other therapies.
Deezer says being located centrally makes it an ideal place for everyone to access the facility.
Will be a little bit easier. We're downtown. We have better access, or clients have better access to us who maybe had issues with transportation, for example.
And parking will no longer be an issue as it was at their old facility.
With the parkade here, people can park, and we're still working through some of that where we will have identified family-friendly parking spaces.
The idea to make life more convenient for the Browns is music to their ears.
I actually really like it, so yeah, I think it'll be good for everyone.
Kathy Lee, Newcap News.